welcome back to Whovian Express, and today you join me from the glory of Cardboard Land. And today, I thought there hasn't really been any new sort of book releases. Well, there are new book releases, but long story short, I've been waiting forever for the Target books to come out. I was going to do a separate video on them, and then I bought a couple of other things and thought, why not just sort of throw them all together and make a sort of haul video, because everything here has sort of all been done on, has been out for a while, so I thought I'd share with you the sort of stuff that I picked up in it's sort of the last month or so, mainly over the summer, well, over the Easter holidays actually, for the most part, is where I've picked up this stuff while I've been out and looking in the shops which have just recently reopened, like WH Smith's and of course Big Finish, which I bought online as well. So we're going to have a look at these stuff in this video and just sort of give my thoughts on them. I haven't read any of the new Target books, but I want to show them. I'll give my thoughts on some of the stuff that I have picked up, particularly these Big Finish releases, which made me think of doing this video in the first place. So we're going to have a look at, just a general look at those. But first, let's talk about the books. So first up, here is a book that I picked up in WH Smith. It was on sale for £1 and I thought, why not? It's got a lovely cover with a lovely picture of Matt from Series 7. I noticed they had a Capaldi version of this, but it was £3 and I thought, they're both out of date anyway, so it doesn't really matter that much. So I've got this one. It's got the Series 7 logo there on the top. You've got a Weeping Angel, a Dead Planet Dalek, a Cyberman and a Silurian. It is the Character Encyclopedia, and basically, there's basically a page on various different characters if I just put that, throughout Doctor Who, such as Grail, the crime boss, the Future Kind, the Face of Bow. It's the usual kind of character encyclopedia thing that is sort of been come to expected. We haven't had one of these in a while. I think this was released around the 50th anniversary, so it sort of stretches from throughout Doctor Who's history. A bit awkward film because it's a bit of an awkwardly sized book, but yeah, there's some interesting pictures there, such as Barusa. Barusa's page is one of my favourites for some reason because I have no idea what he's looking at. Yeah, I picked that up in WH Smith in the sale for £1. I thought it's not a bad deal really. So yeah, there's that. Along with this sort of magazine the special magazine that I bought, we also have the regular monthly edition of Doctor Who magazine for this month, featuring a lovely interview with the 9th Doctor, Christopher Eccleston himself, who's returning for Big Finish very shortly. Got free audios and stuff, which is lovely. We've got some new stuff for the Series 8 Skillbook, which is coming out on Monday. I can't wait, it's going to be exciting. There's all kinds of great stuff in here, so just lots of focus on some artists there, as they did an article on that recently. A lot of great 9th Doctor content. There was a really interesting article about merchandise, if I can find it. Let's see. Here it is, where they have this weird 9th Rose Tyler on a display plinth, which I thought was quite interesting. Apparently that's how they were going to do the action figures once upon a time, which I think is quite interesting. But yeah, it's a lovely, interesting issue, as well as the clothes designs, which I've never actually seen in shots, but I've seen those designs over and over again. And what looks like a light-up Face of Bow, which we never got. I don't know if it was meant to light up or something originally, but yeah. And the final magazine that we got here is the Doctor Who Chronicles 1965. And this one I wasn't actually going to pick up, and then I saw it in store, and I'd been watching An Unearthly Child, and I was thinking a lot about the 60s era, and this really enticed me with the cover and the back of it, and the colour palette. I really, really, really love purple, so this looks great for me. And there's lovely interesting pictures of the Daleks, Zarbi, Quillian, whoever these people are from Galaxy 4. I've never seen that story. I've seen most of the episodes that aired in 1965, now that I think about it. There's some really great articles in here and stuff about the Beatles as well. Dalek Mania, because it was at its peak in this era. It's got some lovely colourised photographs and an interview with Clayton Hickman, who's been doing these on Twitter. There's a really interesting article. And this all goes step by step through each month of the year as well. So yeah, it's really interesting read. I haven't finished it yet. Where am I? There's some stuff about some weird Dalek merch there that I'm yet to read about here. I got it recently, so I'm doing quite well I suppose. I like to try and make these magazines last a bit because I like reading them slowly. Next up, we can have a look at some actual books. Let's have a look at the Target books which arrived today and the reason why I'm doing the video now. Starting off the new Target books, the reason why these are taking so long is I ordered them from Forbidden Planet, who take forever to process any order. But here it is, Doctor Who, the first one I got 3 of them. I didn't get the whole collection in the end, but I just got the ones where there were writers I didn't have autographs for, or if I already had the book I didn't pick it up, aka the Pirate Planet, otherwise I would have picked it up. But yeah, here is the TV movie by Gary Russell, and this is a sort of, I think this is a re-release, but I didn't own the original version, so I picked it up. It's aired on the 14th of May, 1996, almost its anniversary next month, so yeah. And then you got Paul himself and Who Am I? Who Am I? I've watched that movie the other day, when I reached the end of my classic Doctor Who rewatch. And then you have the signed book plate with the thing that took me so long to get, by, of course, Gary Russell. So it's nice that this was online in a way, because it meant that everyone was able to get a copy that one signed and not have to travel to London to pick them up, I suppose. So it's a blessing in disguise, I guess, even if it took so long for mine to arrive. I mean, I swear I'm the last person on earth to get these. But that's just me. And then we've got this one, the Dalek cover by Robert Shearman. He wrote a lot of Big Finish stuff. He's not written, I don't think he's written for the show since Dalek, now that I think about it. But this is very exciting. I love Dalek. It's one of the best stories. It's sort of the 9th Doctor's new era is dawning, I guess, in a way. With the audios as well. You've got the 9th Doctor and you've got a Dalek bursting through chains with this lovely fire. And it looks really it really stands out, if you know what I mean, as an artwork. That's what I love about all the Target artworks, is how nicely all the covers stand out. I got an entire Dalek race wiped out in 1 second. I watched it happen. I made it happen. I love the quotes they've chosen. Plus it gives me a chance to dramatically recreate that scene. I haven't quite got the Christopher Eccleston accent, and I daren't try and do it in case I end up like Nick Briggs, whose accent was awful. And there you go, the anniversary of that one's not that far off either. So yeah, I mean, I think, wasn't it just the Unquiet Dead's anniversary just gone by? So yeah, this, as I'm recording it Thursday, so tomorrow will be the anniversary of the Slovene two-parter. So the 16th anniversary of the Slovene, which is one of my favourite monsters. Next up we got Doctor Who, the Crimson Horror. Yeah, sorry. Doctor Who, the Crimson Horror by Mark Gatiss, who is one of the more prolific new Doctor Who writers, writing for both the Moffat era and the RTD era. He's yet to return for the Chris Chibnall era. Although apparently he did recently say that Chris Chibnall never said that he wouldn't not want him back. So, I mean, he might come back, he might not. It remains to be seen. We have Mr. Sweets, you have Ada, and you have a lovely sort of red dot. I love that red dot. And Matt Smith there, looking very serious whilst he looks at whatever's going on in the distance. And that's nice. So yeah, this is my favourite cover of the lot, mainly because I really love this episode. I wasn't aware that it was so... I mean, I think there's a couple of dodgy moments in it. So I do kind of understand why some people have disdain for it, but like as an actual plot in terms of story, I think it moves quite fast. And I quite like the Paternoster gang as well. But again, this was really my era, the Matt Smith era. I mean, I acknowledge that a lot of the episodes have faults, but I still have a lot of nostalgia for them. We have another quote: "We must get to the bottom of this dark and queer business, no matter what the cost." So that's exciting. Another anniversary that is just round the corner. Everything is happening right now at the moment. And then, of course... Oh, I didn't show you the autograph for Robert Shearman. Never mind, we'll show you in a minute. And then, of course, we have Mark Gatiss' symbol, which looks like a load of wavy lines. But we love it. It's nice to have. I like that. Quite nice. It's quite neat, actually. I do kind of... I know it's me. It might just a personal thing, but I like having autographs in Sharpie. There's something doesn't feel right if it's done in Biro. But, yeah... That's just me being picky. Then you got Rob Shearman's autograph as well, which looks nice as well. So yeah, those are the Target books. moving on to the last sort of angle of this haul video, I'm going to be looking at some Big Finish, including a Big Finish that I got with the sale with that Doctor Who magazine. I got this 50% off, no less. It's lovely, lovely, sexy box set with Colin on the cover. I know, we love Colin so very, very much. It is the Doctor Who full cast audiobook. It's an audio drama Big Finish. Keep yourself consistent. Special limited edition. I was really confused for a minute because it didn't say special limited edition when I ordered it. It just said CD. So I was a bit freaking out, wondering which version of this set I was going to get, because I've only ever seen the limited edition version. I've never seen the standard edition version of it, so I didn't really know what to expect. So you got Colin, and you got this lovely TARDIS, and you got this sort of Time the Rani vibe. And I listened to it and think I'm gonna definitely have to re-listen to this before season 24 arrives on Blu-ray, because it leads directly into it. And we've got the Valiard, and we've got Bonnie Langford, and you got Constance Clark, Flip somewhere, and Charlie. We got Charlie, who I know from the Chimes of Midnight. You got Jago and Lightfoot as well, and it's a really nice box set. This is another one of those limited edition, lovely sort of book presentation ones. It tells you all about the stories, which I all really liked. Especially, I didn't realise how much I needed the closure for the Six Doctors era. I mean, I love the Six Doctors era a lot, but I didn't realise how much I needed this box set till I listened to it. Some great stories here, and the Sixth Doctor's final scene really is something to behold. And you open it up, and it's a lovely, lovely book presentation with that lovely artwork from the cover, which I adore. We've got a quote, "I am a Time Lord who's out of time." I remember when this came out, I think it was like 5 years ago, I watched the Host Productions do a boxing of this. It was one of the first Big Finish releases I was ever aware of. So that's something interesting. I mean, it's just one of those things where I heard about it. I was like, I need to listen to this because it sounds incredible. I mean, Ben Lett, the Host Productions, is a massive Sixth Doctor stan. He's probably part of the reason why I'm such a big Sixth Doctor stan, because I watched his videos so much when I was younger. But yeah, I remember his unboxing for this all those years ago, and now I finally picked it up after years of wanting to listen to it. And there's some great stuff in here. As he mentions in his review, it really puts a lot of the new series box sets to shame, really. But I mean, this one's quite old as well. And there's some lovely cast photos. That looks interesting. Colin and the Valiard. Yeah. I mean, the new series has gotten better with their box sets. The series 11 and 12 ones have actually been quite nice. Although I'm starting to like the steelbooks more, particularly more recently. I didn't really pick up... I picked up series 12 on steelbook, but not series 11. They've got this lovely, incredible artwork in the middle. I love these artworks that they do in the middle of the Big Finish limited edition sets. They never disappoint because it just looks absolutely stellar. Really does. And then you've just got more discs before you reach the brink of death, which is of course the final story, and I shed a tear or two or three. A lot of tears were shed. But there you go. Doctor Who, The Last Adventure. Lovely, lovely, lovely. That's definitely one of the best Big Finish purchases I've done, honestly. I really loved Flip. I loved all the companions. hadn't heard Flip, or I hadn't heard Constance. So I got introduced to them. Also, I know Big Finish do a lot of stuff with Jago and Lightfoot, so it was interesting to listen to their interpretation as well. So yeah, that's The Last Adventure. And the last thing we got here is something when I heard about, I thought, this is going to be awful. And then I listened to it, and it was actually very good. And it is, of course, Doctor Who Masterful. And I didn't pre-order this at the time. I mean, I have a habit of getting really sort of cynical about Big Finish a lot of the time, to be honest. Because it does always very often seem to me as a massive excuse for a lot of fan service. And when I heard of this Masterful, I just thought, it's very overcrowded, isn't it? But honestly, the 3-hour runtime just flies by. I honestly had no idea I was listening to a 3-hour audio drama. And honestly, Michelle Gomez as Missy and Casey Manning, who's in it sort of as a surrogate for Roger Delgado, who's sadly no longer with us, they steal the show. They honestly really do. I if I had to say one thing, I think that none of the male characters are distinctive enough for you to be able to keep track of who's who, except maybe Eric Roberts and Milo Parker, because the rest all sound the same. It is partially because they're all playing the same character, but I had no idea which master was which for half the time, except for Milo Parker, Eric Roberts and Michelle Gomez. And occasionally John Sim. John Sim I could occasionally capture, and Anthony Ainley wasn't even in it. So, but yeah, this cover is lovely. We love this cover. It looks really nice. I've never seen one of these box sets in person, these sort of slimmer ones. I've seen the thicker ones back in Forbidden Black and back in the day when Forbidden Planet was open. I mean, it is open now, but I haven't been in ages, like since last year. And then the CD is just the same as the... Oh, no, it's slightly different. Back slightly different. There you go. Some interesting stuff. It is a great audio to celebrate the 50th anniversary of the Master, though. And then the disc art is all the same, with the Master on each, the same disc art. And then you got it on the back of this leaflet too, with lovely pictures of some of the cast: Derek Jacobi, John Sim, and whoever these three are. I suspect that's the woman who's living in exile, eating mushroom soup or whatever. But yeah, there's that. Then the discs, I think this will just reveal the discs are the same. Revealing that reveals Missy, which I'm now very interested in. I was interested before, but this has very much made me want to listen to the Missy audios even more. So yeah, that is the lovely Masterful. It's the standard edition. I wanted to get the big box set one, but it is huge and I don't have that much space, and it was, I can't remember, I think it was £40. I mean, I wouldn't have bought, the reason why I didn't get the Colin Baker one for so long was because it was £44 originally. So yeah, I mean, I don't mind getting the limited edition ones when I can get them for a reasonable price. That's in the wrong way around. Hang on. So yeah, that is my haul. I mean, let me know what kind of things you got in the last month or so to do with Doctor Who. Did you pick up Masterful? I know that Dalek Universe is making the rounds now. A lot of people are talking about that, so at some point I might give that a listen as well, because it sounds interesting. All the good feedback everyone's giving it as well. So yeah, that's my haul video. I've never really done a haul video in this way. So, I mean, if you like it, well, so maybe I'll do more, so we'll see. But yeah, that is the video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, comment what was your favourite thing that I picked up here maybe, or what are you looking forward to the 9th Doctor Adventures, that sort of thing. But yeah, and thanks for watching.